I became a web designer and developer in 2011 at the ripe age of 28. That year, I made a decision to attend DeVry University online, driving headfirst into a career in coding and design. In 2023, on May 30th, I will be turning 40 years old, still in the design and development profession. So hard to imagine I'll be the big 4-0 in just one more year. In this video, I want to provide encouragement and strategies for those already 40 or turning 40 who may be fearful of getting into coding and digital design because of their age. Let's shift gears. Age ain't nothing but a number in this field. What matters is your skill level and how you add value with said skills. You hear a lot of experienced programmers talk about how company XYZ released them from their duties because they have become too experienced. They're overqualified, to say the least. Translation: you are too expensive to keep. It is much cheaper to find a younger, inexperienced version of you we can shape however we want to. Now, frankly, I never understood why these wise software sages simply don't pivot to growing their own business, but I also understand the comfort and loyalty that comes with staying with the company for so long. Coders have a tendency only wanting to code, but never marrying that abstract expertise to other important tangible skills such as sales and marketing. But if you're a noob who is elderly, which is actually 30 to 45 in my opinion, in the code world, then here are 5 ways to get into web coding as a 40-year-old person. 1, you need to start learning HTML and CSS. Yes, the building blocks of web development are also the easiest barrier of entry to understanding how the DOM works, which means Document Object Model. HTML and CSS are not your standard programming languages with traditional programming concepts and conventions such as understanding loops, Boolean statements, variables, if-then statements, and so on. HTML, which means Hypertext Markup Language, is a markup language which provides the body of a website at a very basic level, while CSS addresses that body in style because it is a styling language. Without that CSS, that cascading style sheets, your website will look like a straight up old school 95 GeoCities HTML page with black and white text having a background image through a deprecated HTML tag. If you are able to understand text formatting, then you can understand HTML. If you're geometrically inclined, then CSS will be much easier to comprehend. But start with those languages as they are great ways to get your foot in the door. Next is take what you learn and build projects immediately. There's this thing called tutorial held in the online space where you spend all your time invested in learning the code but never applying the knowledge you gain from the tutorials itself. Except maybe for the exercises provided within said tutorial, but that's not a real life experience. One of the reasons I advance as much as I have to this day is because I began making websites for real people. I didn't rely on the DeVry projects and assignments to be in my portfolio at all. As a matter of fact, I never even used them. I started picking up requests from my church and other people who spoke on my behalf to others about me that I build websites, because more than likely I was really the only person in the area, and other factors. Most of these earlier projects I did for free because I needed the experience and the social proof. Even when you don't have a portfolio, word of mouth will get around fast about your work ethic, ability, and customer service. Set a deadline, stick to that deadline. You also need to tell people what your limitations are in terms of your skills. If you can't configure a custom clock using JavaScript on a website, then be upfront about that. My advice is don't bite off more than you can chew because you're greedy or desperate. This is important because you don't want to waste time doing something you have no business doing and then run the risk of ruining your reputation before you even get it established. On the flip side, you need projects that will stretch your abilities. It's your job to find the fine line between these two. Next is demonstrate your experience and work through content creation. The reason you want to do this is because this is where you will start to tap into attraction marketing, having people chase you rather than you chase them. Has nothing to do with the whole network marketing, MLM, the secret. You can speed up the process of going from novice to specialist in the public eye because you are providing and proving your competency in real time. You want to set out and make yourself so valuable by showing what you can do through the form of teaching. For example, if you start a YouTube channel and screen record your projects explaining your process on how you are creating, you will naturally appear as a go-to entity in your profession. For me, I utilize Screencast-O-Matic, and I'll leave a link in the description and a pinned comment below so you can also check that out. It'll be your best tool asset, your best resource in terms of making that type of content so you can demonstrate to the world what you're good at. Also, using Screencast-O-Matic, they also give you extra features such as being able to draw in real time, being able to write and show and mark up what you're actually doing in the video without having to do any post-editing experience. If you wanted to just straight up record your process and using those tools and features, you don't even have to do any, you got to do minimal post-editing. That's a great thing that I like about it. I will definitely leave this link in the description for you to check out Screencast-O-Matic. The content you make will speak for you, giving you the credibility where barely any is established. If you enjoy writing, you can write articles that explain how to perform certain JavaScript executions or CSS tricks. Sign up to sites such as Stack Overflow and solve problems that other developers submit to also present your capabilities and problems to solve. Next, you want to marry your coding design skills with sales and marketing, as I mentioned earlier. Besides coding and designing, can you even generate revenue? Do you know how to make websites or applications that drive traffic and convert said traffic? Can you sell yourself? If you're freelancing for projects, can you offer a result for the talents that you developed? This may be more important than the actual coding and designing itself, making you become even more invaluable to people who want what you offer. Providing additional opportunities in copywriting and sales psychology to your repertoire will make you a diamond in the rough, because not only can you build websites, but you can build them to the tune of generating revenue for prospects. Man, it's one thing to just make something as a standalone item, but if your skills can produce results, improving the quality of life for that person that you're working for, then that's way more special than just handing a website off to somebody. Just giving it to them, say, here you go, take care of it. It's now in your hands. Next is take your skills and create products. Now, I'm talking about learning how to make templates for different platforms such as WordPress, Weebly, animation packages, custom forms, email templates, all that. If you're going beyond HTML and CSS, you can learn how to make extensions and plugins for Google Chrome and WordPress that will also extend your earning potential by leaps and bounds. Building products is a great way to start a passive income source while you continue to grow in your skill set. You won't have to wait years until you're ready for someone to hire you, as you're making and manifesting your own revenue stream. Everything I suggested here has nothing to do with boot camping for 3 months and applying for a junior developer position in the ether of Indeed.com or some other job board. I believe your energy is better spent learning how to generate revenue for yourself first, while you learn coding through the process of money-making activities. You can do both. By producing content rather than pumping and dumping resumes to imposter tech startups who give you stringent coding assessments to maintain the facade of being a tech startup, you build an online rep where you attract companies rather than the other way around. And for those of you who do not want to go the I will work for free route early in your career, knowing no company will hire you, then this is the fastest way to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. The goal isn't to make a ton of sales, but merely demonstrate that you can raise revenue on your own, which will then appeal to companies looking to hire you. This will show them that you are ambitious and you have initiative. There's nothing wrong with waiting for doors to open, but often you will have to build a door next to it just to find an opening. Now, to help you create those opportunities by creating more content and products to make more money, I want to give you 5 other ways to rake in the dough just with HTML and CSS right here.